name is Monisha Kaltenborn and I am the CEO of the Racing Unleashed Group. I was born in India in a city called Dehradun, which is north of Delhi. Then at the age of 8, my parents and me, we came to Vienna. So I did my schooling there, my entire schooling in an Austrian school. I studied law at the University of Vienna. And then I did further studies in England, in London, at the London School of Economics. I came to the team in 1998, and one of my projects there was Formula One. We used to have a very close collaboration with Petronas because Sauber was the one that got Petronas into the sport. And I very quickly went into the management of the joint venture company there. So I was right in the middle of everything from the beginning. In the end of 2009, I was made the CEO of the Sauber group of companies. In 2012, which was a very great year for us, I was then the team principal. And it was no big deal. I mean, one of my colleagues even at another team said, well, who else should become the team principal when Peter is not doing it anymore? Of course, the time when Peter Sauber bought the team back was not an easy one because the surroundings were very, very challenging. So it was very important that under my time, the team will not be shut down. And that target I achieved. Now have a great opportunity to actually, in today's world, which is characterized by digitalization, by the virtual world, by so much of technical aspects coming in, and that's exactly where I have moved on to. Virtual racing is by no means just an alternative. It very much has its own right to exist, and we are seeing that in the figures and the development. Well, esports is undoubtedly a booming market. It is growing, it is part of our society, and it is actually the modern way today's digitalized society is moving ahead also in sports. And that's where exactly we fit in with Racing Unleashed. So you really have to make the fan participate in what you are doing, the fan as one of the key stakeholders in the sport. You choose when you want to see what and how you want to see it, and that is very closely coupled with the life experience we can offer. We have a very innovative product itself, the simulator, so our tool. We then have very strong basis for offering different ways how to follow the sport, and that is then coupled with the live coverage. So again, together with our production partner, we have their certain ideas and targets, how we can even open up that world for our fans. We want to focus on online tools. So we want to attract the interest and get the people by saying, why don't I try this online? Then of course with the challenge, we want to offer people who are very interested how we can market you, how we can make you a hero, how we can put you in the center of this. The fan can be the driver, the fan can be a follower. It's not just driving, it's not just a challenge, it's not just at home, it's not just winning money, it's not just showing your photo in the community. It's a combination of all this and taking it a further step ahead. So I think what really differentiates us is the pace of innovation we have. The first thing we did was, given the short time of course we had, is to open up a channel to the gaming community and reached about 800,000 people without any great marketing behind it. The next step, of course, has to be that you institutionalize this, that you really offer a tool that people get always access online, and then you give them access to a certain level and say, but now you have to come in to the lounge. Our simulators represent state-of-the-art technology, high-end technology, a lot coming from Formula One. And the entire chain is basically in our hands, from production, from development to production to distribution. Well, we have laid the basis this year because we have fundamentally changed our competition with 2 leagues, and we follow this aim with our racer league. So these are the more advanced drivers, the semi-professional or professional drivers. So we create the personality, the hero, we market them, we give them a stage on which they can present themselves nationally, internationally, and then we can also place them in other events. And I'm very happy that we have spotted a young talent, Tina Hausmann. I think she's talented, very sporty, does other sports as well. And we are now nurturing her in a way, coaching her, and I hope that she will develop into a great esports lady. I want that Racing Unleashed is the leading competence center for e-racing globally. It's a very unique combination. We have just started, I would say, this year, and definitely have a long way to go.